Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going way beyond the surface of our favorite stories to actually dissect their anatomy. You know that feeling when a character or a scene just sticks with you long after the curtain falls? Well, we're looking at the precise structure, the hidden mechanics, and the design that makes that happen. It's like looking under the hood of a really well-built car. So this leads us to our big question for the day. How exactly do authors and playwrights make stories unforgettable? That's the quest we're on right now. We're going to break down the specific tools that creators use to guide our understanding and, honestly, manipulate our emotions. Okay, let's dive right into this. Here is our roadmap, taking us from the surface spectacle all the way down to the deep thematic soul of a story. We've got 1. The elements of drama. 2. Shaping the point of view. 3. Essential narrative techniques. 4. Style and theme connected. And 5. Real-life storytelling applications. All right, starting off with Section 1, the elements of drama, building the foundation. This is all about what we can immediately see and hear on stage. At its most foundational level, drama is essentially a story told through performance, right? It brings characters and conflicts to life for an audience. It relies heavily on action, where events unfold through physical movement, and dialogue, where characters speak to reveal the narrative. But at the very center of all of this, conflict. That's the tension that drives the plot forward, and it's what ultimately entertains us, educates us, and provokes our thoughts. Now, when we talk about spectacle, we're talking about the visual stuff: costumes, lighting, props, stage design, and special effects. But here's the thing. These aren't just for show. They are doing some serious heavy lifting for the narrative. Think about it. A well-chosen costume reveals a character's entire vibe before they even say a single word. Lighting physically demonstrates emotion. Stage design builds the conflict. And just a cleverly placed prop can literally propel the entire plot forward. And we can't forget about sound and voice, because they are just as critical. Dialogue signals important scenes and transitions, while music dictates the entire mood. Music is what builds that heart-pounding suspense during dramatic moments. What characters are saying, combined with that perfectly timed score playing behind them, expresses these deep, complex emotions that physical action alone just can't convey. Moving on to Section 2, shaping the point of view. Who is telling the story? Because whoever is holding the camera completely dictates what we, the audience, are actually allowed to know. Let's look at this quick framework. First person, using I and me, strictly limits us to the narrator's eyes. We only know what they know. Then there's second person, which speaks directly to you. Third person limited grants us access to just one character's mind, using he, she, or they, keeping everyone else a total mystery. And finally, third person omniscient gives us that godlike, all-knowing perspective across all the characters. Okay, let's play a quick game. Consider this line. You open the door and find yourself face to face with a stranger. Based on the pronouns and where the narrator is positioned, what point of view do you think is at play here? Take a second.
Got it? It's the second person. It's definitely less common in traditional narratives, but it is incredibly powerful. By using you, the author literally forces you, the reader, out of a passive role and makes you an active participant in the events unfolding. You're in it. Which brings us to Section 3, Essential Narrative Techniques, the Creator's Toolkit. These are the specific, targeted tools authors use to manipulate time, perspective, and information.
So opening up the toolkit, we have flashbacks, which are amazing for deepening our understanding of a character's backstory. We have foreshadowing, throwing out subtle clues to prepare the audience and build suspense. A framing device adds layers of context by basically placing a story within a story. Then there's the nonlinear narrative, which reveals information gradually by jumbling up chronological order, and multiple narrators, giving us a really cool composite perspective of what's happening. And then there is stream of consciousness. Imagine a character's inner thoughts just flowing naturally, continuously happening as they occur in real time, mimicking exactly how the human mind actually works, without any strict logic. It's fast, unfiltered, raw, giving you direct access to a character's true mind, jumping from an observation to a memory to an emotion, all in a single breath. It creates a completely immersive narrative experience. All right, let's go deeper into Section 4, Style and Theme Connected, the Soul of the Story. This is where an author's stylistic choices build the ultimate meaning of the piece.
Now, what's really interesting here is seeing how style creates this literal chain reaction. It isn't just about how a story sounds. It starts with diction, the word choice, which then shapes the tone. That tone, the author's attitude, builds into imagery, where descriptive language paints vivid pictures in your head. That imagery establishes the mood, the emotional atmosphere. And finally, that mood guides you right to the meaning, the theme. It's wild to think that one tiny choice in word selection cascades all the way down to create the overarching soul of the narrative.
But, and this is absolutely crucial, we have to draw a hard line between a topic and a theme. The topic is just the general subject, like friendship or war or growing up. It's usually just a word or two. But the theme? The theme is the specific, actionable message the author wants you to infer about that topic. So while the topic might simply be friendship, the theme would be a full, complex idea like true friendship requires sacrifice. See the difference?
You'll definitely recognize these common themes across literature. Friendship, exploring loyalty. Courage, about facing your fears. Perseverance, focusing on never giving up. Identity, mapping the journey of self-discovery. And justice, pursuing fairness. But remember, authors rarely just hand you these themes directly. You have to be a detective. You have to uncover them through the cumulative effect of all that imagery, symbolism, and character dialogue we just talked about.
Okay, let's bring it all together in Section 5, Real-Life Storytelling Applications, the Director's Lens. Let's see how these literary concepts aren't just for books, but are actively used in the movies and shows we binge every single day. Let's put on our director's lens to bridge written literature and visual media. A director uses lighting on a film set exactly the same way an author uses descriptive imagery to focus our attention. Music in a movie? That creates the mood, just like an author's tone and diction do on a page. On-screen dialogue reveals a character's core values, and voiceover narration guides our understanding, acting just like a first or third-person POV in a novel. The structural tools are exactly the same. They're just translated for a different medium.
So based on everything we've uncovered today, from the spectacle of a drama all the way down to the deep flow of style into theme, I have a question for you. If you were constructing a narrative right now, which literary technique would you rely on the most and why? Would you mess around with a nonlinear timeline or maybe lean heavily into vivid imagery to build your theme? Think about the specific tools you'd pull from this toolkit to make a story completely unforgettable. Keep reading, keep watching, and absolutely keep analyzing.